Hey, IDS 302 session B. Welcome to module 4. Once again, I'm trying to post this early because a lot of information to cover, and most of you have been catching up and finish module 3 anyways. Thought let's get this done, and I just scored all the work that was waiting to be scored. Welcome to my new apartment. I finally got one. Um, Disregard the hodgepodge. It's a museum to myself. No, I actually disregard the communist Che Guevara sheet. That is I have west facing windows. It gets really hot in here already, and it's only April, 4th. Uh, but we have a lot more problems to work with, right? But yeah, this is my cool place. I finally got my map up. It's one of these giant Nat Geo maps, and I got a lot of my artwork and stuff down there. So it's fun to have a place after being a nomad for 2 years, even though it's a lot more expensive, obviously, and et cetera, et cetera. But anyways, here we are looking at module 4. Let me get in my notes. I got a lot to cover today, and I'm prepared, honestly, but I have still kind of just new in my mind. I haven't had a chance to let it all sink in. Let me talk about your steps 1 and 2 first. Um, Read my feedback, okay? Even if you got a 90 something, try not to blow that off and just say I got it. Take a look at what I said because you still were deducted for something. Uh, there were some common areas of mistakes, but well, I'll go through some general ones. A, you don't get to appear in this paper. I think I've talked about this. I know I have. It's important. Um, this is not self-opinionated papers. I touched on this last week, I think, when I said that, remember, you come to a class at university and you bring your knowledge and your experiences with you, but you're trying to add to those and develop further. So it's not like come to this class and prove what you know. Okay. Well, it would be nice if you could prove what you know. That's one of the problems we'll get to, but it's not come to the class and tell me what you know or what you think, what you feel, or what you want. This is, it can be part of that, obviously, in certain discussions or whatever, but when you get into the content of the course, the research part of it, as I said, researchers stay out of it. 95% of researchers, at least, stay out of their research. Okay, why? Because honestly, nobody cares. That's the blunt way to say it. As I mentioned, think about when you're in high school or think about any textbook you might have read or seen. Think about a documentary movie you saw, even though um, I don't like getting into the multimedia, but it's all the same in terms of how much do you care about what that history text writer wanted to know? How much do you care about the documentary producer? What did he or she want to know? No, you want to get into the content. You read your history books, textbooks in high school. They don't talk about, you don't read in World War II, Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. And I always wanted to learn more about Pearl Harbor. No, the writer doesn't say that in those textbooks. You get to the research, you get to the academia, you get to the scholarly information. Therefore, you have to take yourself out. If you did a very egregious job of putting yourself into that paper, like every other line, you need to get it out because this is all an accumulation of one paper at the end. So if you got dinged here, you're going to continue to get dinged at the end. Okay. If you need to make some slight corrections, do it. If you find that you cannot write a particular sentence, phrase, whatever, without including yourself, A, you should get rid of it. B, let me know because I've never seen one that it was really required. Okay. You are not your own source. You are not a test case. You are not, uh, you're involved as the researcher. Remember, I said third person writing. Okay. If anyone wants to discuss that further, I'm happy to, but keep yourself out of it. Okay. Um, number 2, let's see. Um, I want to get into, I'll get into these. I just want to get into them without a hodgepodge shotgun approach. Okay, let's just talk about sources. Okay, the textbook, it's a cheap source. A lot of you used it. It's cheap. Okay, it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with your research topic. And frankly, like I said, I think it's much better if I don't see it than if I do. If I see it, it actually takes away from what I think of your work because it it basically intimates that you're just trying to add another source. Hey, I can use the text. Don't do that. Text has nothing to do with your research on coronavirus, marijuana, or anything else. Okay, um, it's cheap use. Now, on the other hand, I'll jump quickly to the discussion board where you posted your primary sources. Bam, phenomenal. I mean, they were great. And this is what I wanted you to use. I know I probably did it backwards, but I thought I explained it. I mean, they're kind of concurrent assignments. Get those sources in that paper because so many people in step one, especially, did not use a single source. You went through a bunch of claims and a bunch of things the facts, and nothing was backed up by academic source. It has to be, okay? You're not a recognized expert in your field yet. So you want to back it up, support your work. If you're saying X amount of X, Y did Z, who told you that? Where'd you get that from? So it needs to be cited. All right. Again, discussion board was awesome. Those are sources, scholarly journals, things you need to use. Okay. Um, also, cheap sources. Merriam-Webster. Oh, I could have sworn I said no dictionaries, no encyclopedias, no anything with pedia. Dictionary is when I'm trying to look up a word, something, and I want to look it up. It's again, it's a cheap source. Okay, it's not scholarly, and as I've said many times, this class, other classes, when you get to a 302 level class like this, it's time to step up your game. Step up your game. You are on the inside now of your academic area. You're not on the outside. You're not like me. Oh, let's see, I want to buy a motorcycle, but I have no idea what to get. I better start researching it. No, I'm not. But if you were into, if you're a climate change interest, sustainability, what have you, and you're taking courses, you're on the inside. You're not on the outside just looking up the dictionary. Step up your game. Okay. What do the experts, the peer-reviewed scholars say about the definition of your topic or your issue or how it's analyzed? That's where you need to go with this. Okay. Continue to push for more. Don't just lean back on, oh, the dictionary. I'll just use that. I've used that since fourth grade to look stuff up. No, no, no. All right. Any source that has a .com. What does .com mean? It means .commercial. Commercial means revenue producing. Revenue producing means bias. It means promotion, sales, what have you. This is why scholarly journals do not depend on advertising or bias. Should I is this better if I make the thing go over my head? No. And so using .coms is again another cheap source. Okay. All right. Yes, you can use them, especially I guess if it comes to the coronavirus, but there is a lot of research out there about pandemics, about coronavirus, already research I've seen. It's nice and fresh. Crack that stuff open and check it out. You don't have to go by just common knowledge, okay? That cheapens the work. All right. If you're waiting, whatever. Okay. Sorry. Um, okay. So let's talk about the formatting. Biggest one, you took the syllabus quiz, you read the syllabus, you know the deal. Word only. Anything else is a zero. I don't look at it. Got to redo it. Number two, Times New Roman 12-point font. That's it through the whole paper. You don't get to switch back and forth. Okay. Number three, double line spacing. Entire paper double line spaced. That includes the works cited page. We'll get to that. Paragraph indents, consistent indent. Just hit tab, indents, okay? Paragraph indents. If you don't have double line spacing, if you don't have paragraph indents, it's basically unreadable, and you are not considering the reader when you're writing it, okay? Does not help your score by any means, all right? So, digging in deeper, citations in text. Okay, don't just guess. Don't think that if I just put the person's name in there, that'll do it. He'll know. No. APA format. I told you how to figure it out. Purdue OWL, APA format. Told you the exact sequence of the format. If you're writing a quote, you put in the quote, you put in the quotation marks. After that comes the parentheses with the last name, comma, space, page, dot, number, year, name, year, last names, okay? It's all there. You go to Purdue OWL, you see exactly what you need, and it's right there. You just have to copy it. I mean, it can't be easier than that, okay? It's a lot harder for me to explain it on video than for you to go look. So if you're not doing that, you're taking a lazy student's way around that, and you're going to get dinged. I don't say, oh, they guessed. They told me the name, okay? No, it's got to be APA formatting, okay? That's in-text citations, and they need to come before the punctuation, not after the punctuation. If you put your citation after the punctuation, that means it's starting the next sentence. Okay, that's no go. All right. Okay. Let's talk about the bibliography or works cited source page. It starts on the top of the next blank page after you're done writing. Okay, I don't care if you call it works cited. I don't care if you call it sources. I don't care if you call it references. But it must be in hanging paragraph. Don't try left aligned, right aligned, center. I see some people doing center aligned. That is not a hanging paragraph. Okay, if you don't know how to do it properly, guessing is not going to get you anything but ding points. Okay, it's very easy to figure out. I'll do it right now. I'm Googling hanging paragraph in Word to make it even specific. Let's see what we get. Open the document, select the paragraph you want to format as hanging paragraph, then go to the Home tab, and the paragraph group's like, no, you don't have to do that. All you got to do is select your paragraph, right-click on it, go to paragraph, select hanging, boom, it's done. Okay? If you don't know how and you cannot find out, save your life, you can set up a call with me and we'll walk you through it. Okay? I hope it doesn't get that far, but if it has to, it's better than getting ding points. Trust me. Okay? Hanging paragraphs. No gaps between the sources. Okay, you don't do one source, line gap, another source. Double line space, the whole thing. The hanging paragraph, first line extended, will show the reader, reviewer, where the sources start and end. Okay, they must be listed alphabetically. They must be listed by last name, and there are particular ways to format them depending on multiple authors, single authors. And again, if you go to Purdue OWL, it's the simplest site I've found. Tell you how to APA format any of that stuff. Okay, and again, a reminder on that, I don't want to see abstracts or cover pages yet or ever. You'll never get dinged for not having a cover page. You'll never get dinged. You'll get dinged if you give me an abstract, though. So I think we're not to that point yet, but let's make sure we get that straight. Okay, no overuse of italics. You keep that if it's absolutely necessary. Otherwise, there's no reason for it. There's no reason for bolding. Yes, if you want to do section headings, great. Otherwise, no major gaps in the paper. I'm trying to cover everything because some of it should be common knowledge by now in your experience, but I guess not. Okay, so let's also talk about Easter egg 1. I haven't even prepared for these things, so let's do it. Easter egg 1 is keep yourself out. Okay. And when you write keep yourself out, remember that you're talking about yourself. You're not talking to somebody else to keep themselves out. Keep yourself out. Okay. All right, that's Easter egg number one. All right, so let's take a look because I'm already up to 15 minutes. Let's get to the work going forward. Again, your sources are great, and this is what you're going to need because you should be doing your annotated bibliography, which, by the way, you don't need a bibliography for your annotated bibliography. You just don't. It's okay. Just do the annotated bibliography. Go back and look at the video if you need to again. Take a look at the example I laid out. I posted. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, okay? And we'll be good. All right, cool. So let's talk about the learning materials for Module 4. All right, another thing I want to say is that I'm going to be lessening the emphasis on the textbook. It's a great book. If you have a hard copy and you can resell it, great. If you have digital subscription, it's great. It's a great book. A lot of that stuff should be saved for you for future use, okay? Don't tell me you're not ever going to go out and buy another book that you need. Interdisciplinary studies is your area. It's gonna help you, okay? I'm just saying there's been issues because of this pandemic. Excuse me, students don't have their text with them, can't get it, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill, you guys. We have to be flexible here and be fair. So, just wanted to let you know that, all right? So now, learning materials. I re-put down Tanner's IDS model in the Module 4 learning materials, the most important page of this module. So all 5 steps are there. We've just completed steps 1 and 2. Step 3 is the annotated bibliography. Again, this is what we're using in this course to fulfill these requirements of the Tanner IDS model. It could take the shape of many different ways to, disseminate the info, but we're doing it this way. Okay, so 1 and 2 are done. 3 is the annotated bibliography. Okay. So there's a section read. That's the interview. Michael Prisdia talks with a former student. Dr. Prisdia is a colleague of mine. I consider him my mentor. He's just another kid. No, he's my mentor. I had him for BIS 301, 302 back in the day. I think I had him for BIS 402 back then too. He's the one who encouraged me to go into teaching, and that turned out to be your loss. So here I am. And he did an interview. It was published in the Student Journal of Alpha Iota Sigma National Honor Society of Interdisciplinary Studies, which you could get involved in if you'd like. He talks with a former student. It's an interview, and he wrote this, and I just changed the, pronouns to he instead of I, and he talks about the growth of transdisciplinary studies and its encroachment on IDS. It's a real interesting read, okay, and I think you'll enjoy it. You should. Why don't you enjoy it? All right, then VIEW, the Association for Interdisciplinary Studies. I belong to it. I just paid my $75 renewal yesterday, matter of fact. We have a conference coming up this fall, fingers crossed, up in the San Francisco, whatever valley they call it up there, but up there, hope to go. Hell, I hope to go to a movie someday soon. Again. And then there's VIEW, the International Network for the Science of Team Science. That is Andy Hess. She's another colleague of ours at ASU. Her and I are the only 2 former students of this program to be on faculty, and find it an honor. We do share that common bond. And she runs the International Network for the Science of Team Science. Very interesting. Now we've got supplemental. Take that. The reason, I guess, I want you to read the Prisdia article. I want you to view those things. The supplemental, you're still going to have to check them out, okay, because of the assignment coming. But Barker, Gilbreth, and Stone, the interdisciplinary needs of organizations, okay? It's an oldie but a goodie. It's definitely still appropriate. Zimdar's The World of Cross-Functional Teams. Again, it's great in terms of what it deals with in a corporate environment, maybe, okay? And of course, Bill Newell, rest in peace. Last year, he was the head of he was our leader, one of our leaders. The State of the Field, Interdisciplinary Theory. Michael Prisdia mentions it in the other article above. It's interesting. Those three. Let me focus on those three plus the view, two view plus. So there's 6 items in this read view supplemental. I'm going to jump really quick to the assignment that is going to be due April 12th, next Sunday night. For this assignment, I want you to pick one of the items in those learning materials from the read, view, or supplemental sections. I want you to pick one that resonates with you on a personal and or professional level. I'm sorry, I just misspelled personal, and it's going to drive me crazy until I fix it. Okay. Save. Okay. All right. Don't stress, freak out over length. I just read the instructions. It'll be self-clear. Now, I haven't published module 4, 5, and 6 yet. I'm going to do that after I send this video out because I changed it, as I told you. Remember, trust me, you're coming off a lot better. You got to trust me on that, okay? I was a student not long ago. My son's a student. I mean, I understand, I think, what the reality of the work situation is here, and I want you to know that you're coming out of this much better in this new method that I've got. It renders the syllabus moot after module 3. I understand that. Whether or not I want to repair it or not, I don't think we need to. Should we just push along? I mean, if somebody wants to catch me on a technicality on the evaluation, hey, revenge is a dish best served cold. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to write a little paper on that. All right. It's worth, how many points did I say it was worth? 50. Okay. Read the instructions. All right. On that. Now let's get into what we're going to be doing for step 4. Step 4. Well, let's do Easter egg number 2. We're at 22 minutes already. All right, let's do Easter egg. By the way, the course totals 1,025 points now, and that includes your extra credits, so you're fine. Easter egg number 2 is, thought I had one in my mind a minute ago. APA format. That includes a lot of stuff, APA format, but I'm emphasizing it constantly because when I look at submissions, I go, wait a second, I talked about this, didn't I? I know I have. I'm emphasizing certain things, okay? And like I said, you will get dinged. I'm not micromanaging here. I'm just asking for a standardized paper. You can contact the Writing Center. They're open, virtual. If you need help with anything, please do so. God, I'm getting old. My neck's got wrinkles. Okay, sorry. All right, let's get back to it. So, step 4. Step 4 is critically analyze common disciplinary insights, conflicts, and patterns of connection. Actually, I got to rechange this because that's not really step 4 we're doing. Okay, step 4 is coming up. I'll adjust accordingly. But so let me not confuse anybody. Step 4, you will be taking the research that you've done through the annotated bibliography, through your discussion, through your steps 1 and 2, and you will be, I have it here, hold on, I'm going to read you what I wrote because I think I just put it in the wrong module, that's all. After pick 1, we go to module 5, and then learning materials, and then discussion 5. Oh, come on, Michael, where is it? Okay, so Tanner step 4, I have due April 19th now. Makes sense. To complete step 4, just so you know what's going to happen here, okay? If you wait till the last day, you're going to suffer, all right? If you don't have context of what's coming up here, it's going to come fast. To complete step 4, you need to critically analyze common disciplinary insights and patterns of connection. This will be done through assimilating the various research that you utilize in step 3's annotated bibliography and as well as step 1 and 2, okay? You're going to have to dig into it and find more if you need and put it together in this paper. I'm going to discuss it further in next video But think about that, okay? It's worth up to 100 points, and that's in there. So I'm just going to change some of the way I describe the next item here for for actually not step four. I'm going to call this your methodology and design. As I stated back, we started the course about research. There's different types of research. Almost all of it falls within three types of methodology: quantitative, qualitative, and mixed. Mixed is a combination of both, obviously, so let's just jump to the quantitative, qualitative. Quantitative, again, is defined by quantity, by being able to quantify, measurements, right? It's straightforward, okay? Whereas qualitative looks at the quality of something, okay? It has more the definition or more of the analysis comes from the researcher themselves. It's based on certain criteria, but there's a lot of work in qualitative. It needs to be coded. You need to identify certain things, and it's something we're not going to get into here. We don't have the time to do it, do qualitative. So we're going to do a quantitative method, okay, methodology. Quantitative means we're going to gather data, because remember I talked about research at a higher level. It adds to the body of knowledge in the field that it's in, okay? However, incrementally, again, a teaspoon in an ocean, you're adding something. You're not taking away and compiling a report. You're adding something. You're looking at things and you're adding something. What are we going to add, though? It's really hard in a class this short. Well, we're going to add data from a quantitative survey. Okay, that is a survey of random adults. Okay, and in this way, you will gather original data. You'll get a snapshot of random adults. Yours will be different than anyone else's. And in this way, you fulfill those obligations. Sure, it's a very low level of crawling. But like I said, we're doing research that's at the crawling stage. You can't sprint, run, walk, jog, trot, skip until you crawl, right? So let's crawl. So besides the methodology of quantitative, qualitative, and mixed, there's designs, survey designs, okay? It can be designed many different ways: case study designs, historical design. It could be a experimental design. It can be correlational design. We're going to take a design as survey, okay? The survey will be done. You'll develop it. You'll send it out. But I will show you how to do it step by step, okay? So read this. It's going to tell you that we're going to SurveyMonkey to do this. Read this. You're not going to pay any money. Do not pay any money. I don't want to hear anybody pays any money because it's free, okay, for 10 questions. Okay, now you're going to have to do the title of your research survey, and you're going to fill in the blank for this, okay? It is called, everybody's the same question. This is all my courses I've done this, okay? What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults? I have it written down here. You're going to fill in the blank. So, example, what are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding coronavirus revealed in a survey of random adults? You're going to copy this word for word, comma for comma, question mark for question mark. Any deviation, you get dinged. Okay, this is one of my engraved in stone. You'll notice about this question, okay? We're saying, what are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences? We are not saying, what are the opinions, perceptions, and experiences? Because when I take some of out of it, then you're claiming you're going to find them all. Be careful. Again, be careful when research. It's very precise. So we get to say, what are some of the? And then we know we're not promising everything, promising some of them regarding blank, okay? Comma. Now we could stop there and say, oh, what are some of the opinions, perceptions, experiences regarding coronavirus? Boom. But no, as a researcher, let's dig down further. Comma, revealed in a survey. Boom. Now you've revealed your design, revealed in a survey. But what's it revealed in a survey of? First responders? Survivors of COVID-19? No, it's a survey of random adults. So you can see how we cover all the bases and we tie it up nicely in that question. All right, go ahead, try to improve it. I dare you. No, don't just leave it that way, okay? I wrote the question must be used word for word. Okay, now I'm going to post a how to make, look at, I'm going to post my, look at twirly, I'm going to post a video, a DIY, do it yourself, how to do your survey video. I'll do that by Monday afternoon. I should be having that done. Um, and so I want to give people a chance to see this one. I want you to see them in order. The do-it-yourself video on SurveyMonkey. I will go through this and I'll explain how to do it, and then you can come at me with your questions about how to make the survey, okay? In terms of questions in your survey, that's a challenge. Because what I want you to do then is by the end of the week, the next Sunday, you are going to post in a discussion board the title question of your survey, the what are some of the opinions, blah, blah, blah. You're going to post that, and you're going to post the SurveyMonkey link to your survey. And it's a specific link, and I'm going to show you how to find it because so many people have trouble with this. Well, not so many, but a handful every class, and I explain it to them. But if you're not paying attention, it's not as intuitive as I'd like it to be. Let's put it that way, okay? So that is going to be our method to gather data, all right? And that's not step 4, but it's a part of this research in terms of uh, locate multiple sources of relevant disciplinary knowledge, information, perspectives that'll address the issue problem. Step 3, it's part of step 3 when I look at it like this, because besides the relevant disciplinary knowledge, information, perspectives, we're going to pull in this perspective of random adults and use that in a research method, okay? Isn't that exciting, right? Everybody's stuck at home too. You'll probably get 1,000 replies. No, you're not going to get them in your survey. And you're going to ask me, how many people am I supposed to get the survey to reserve? Okay, let's put it this way. I expect each of you in this course to do each other's surveys. That's like 50 right there, okay? I probably can post this to my face-to-face class that I'm doing online, and that's 23 people in that class. Then you've got friends, relatives, Facebook, Twitter, Gram, Snapchat. I don't know what you guys use anymore, TikTok. And I'm saying post your survey link and get responses. We'll run that survey week to 10 days, okay? Because you're going to get that data. You got to analyze that data. You got to put all this together, all these ingredients. They go into this paper that's, whoa, yay big. No. Oh, it's fine, huh? Okay, so that's what I have. 32 minutes. We have a new world record. It's like going to class. Okay, so let's finish up here. Got a lot done. I'm going to change some of the verbiage. I'm going to post the modules and have at it, you guys. Thanks again so much. Easter egg number 3 is, let's just make it a cheap one. Get to work. Okay, get to work. I'm typing that in. So when somebody writes that back to me, I know they're not yelling at me. Okay, thanks everybody. Stay healthy out there. I had a scare yesterday. I think today I feel better, which is good. I guess that happens when I drink coffee at 6 at night and get 2 hours of sleep. Forks up. Peace. Take care.